Hello everyone, welcome to Patashala. This is me, GP sir. So today we are going to discuss about the first chapter from my YouTube channel, that is agriculture. So when it comes to geography, ICSE grade 10, most of you have difficulty in this chapter and most of you would like to skip this chapter. But here I'm trying to make an attempt to help you with very easy tips and easy way of learning and remembering agricultural chapter. And probably I believe that after this video you should be able to feel that yes, agricultural chapter is really easy chapter. So that's what I wanted to make an attempt. So once again, welcome to Patashala. This is me, GP sir, and today we are going to discuss about the chapter agriculture in India, that is part 1. First, let us know what you mean by agriculture. Here when I say agriculture, it is not only plowing or sowing of seeds and growing of crops. It is totally, in general terms, we can say agriculture means it is nothing but the practice of farming, which includes not only the cultivation of the soil, of course, growing of crops and rearing of animals. It could be cattle rearing or sheep, anything to provide food. Of course, we get food and fodder from agriculture, wool. So any other product, it could be even a milk products. So those everything will come under agriculture. So farming. So when I say farming, don't ever think it is only growing of crops. It includes everything. So though we talk about horticulture, sericulture, honeybee, beekeeping, or even it could be the cattle rearing. So everything, all those, anything related to that comes under agriculture as one unit. Okay, that's the meaning of agriculture. So now let us discuss why agriculture is important. We all know that probably in your lower classes also you might have studied that India is an agricultural country. So in what way, why do we call India as an agricultural country? What are the importance of agriculture? So before I go ahead and continue, as I told you in my every video, so this is a place where you can see on the slides whatever the points, you can read it, you can write it for your examination as well. You can write the same point for your board examination. And I think that those points will be definitely easy for you people to understand. Okay, so now let me go back to what are the importance of agriculture. The first thing is 2/3 of the total population depends on agriculture. So imagine 2/3, so that is the majority of the people, they depend on agriculture. I told you when it comes to the industries we have three types: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Primary sectors are those which are directly dependent on the nature. Agriculture is one. It could be growing of crops, even it could be beekeeping or cattle rearing. All those comes under agriculture. They are all called as farmers only. So majority of the thing, that is 2/3 of the people, depends on agriculture. And when majority of the people is dependent on agriculture, definitely the income also is higher. Definitely it has to be. That's a logic. So whatever I'm trying to tell you, just imagine logically, understand logically. When majority of the people, they depend on agriculture, obviously income also will be more. So how much? 35% of the income is derived from agriculture. Out of 100%, there are so many other sectors, but still out of 100%, 35% is only from agriculture. So then you have to understand how big it is, the income. And not only that, it provides raw materials to what? To industries. And those industries are called as agro-based industries. Okay, agriculture, why it is important? It provides raw materials. It could be like cotton textiles. When I talk about the cotton textile, cotton, where do we get? From agriculture, and that is being sent to industries, and that's how the textiles are made, correct? So that's how. And it could be sugarcane industry. Sugar industry, we grow sugarcane, and those sugar canes are sent to industries, and that's how sugar, jaggery, other byproducts, even in paper industries also sugar cane is used. So those industries are called as agro based industries. So it provides raw materials. Simple English, Not only that, it provides food and fodder. What do you mean by food and fodder? Food is for human being, fodder to animals. Whatever we talk about the grass and all, agricultural waste, grass and all, so those are obviously given to the animals and we call it as fodder to it. Okay, food to us, fodder to animals. Not only that, it also acts as consumer to many industries. So I told you we have one agro-based industries. Apart from that, there are so many equipment that are used in the industries. Correct? There are so many equipment. For example, tractors. Tractors, where do we get it? Obviously, these tractors are manufactured by automobile industries. That's an industry. You know, even harvesting or even plowing machines, we have different blades, agriculture. You might have seen even in YouTube or even the pictures all, where behind the tractors, there are some blades, equipment are used, correct? To use it in agricultural field, and those are definitely from the industries. So when industries are manufacturing that and those equipments are used in agriculture, so that's how agriculture also acts as a consumer to industries. Imagine if the tractors are not purchased from the farmers, what do they do? So most of you people be definitely knowing that tractors are used in agricultural lands, correct? So that's how it also acts as consumers or customers to many industries. And finally, you can also remember it provides job opportunities. When I say agriculture, agriculture is not only that being a farmer. Of course, farmers means there are many people who get job opportunities, correct? After that, there are many other job opportunities also which are interrelated to agriculture. For example, when they grow rice, see, who are working in the field, they are farmers, they get the job opportunities, no doubt about it. Maybe manufacturing of tractors in industries also people get job opportunities directly or indirectly because of agriculture. So now sugarcane, I have grown sugarcane, I have to sell it to the industry. Trucks and all drivers, they get it, cleaners, they get it. Directly or indirectly, somebody is getting job opportunities, right? And even in the agricultural field, they have to clean it. So harvesting also, there will be so many other jobs also. So maybe packing, cleaning, all those shifting, there are so many. So one way or the other way, agriculture provides job opportunities and this will reduce unemployment problem in the country. So these are the importance reasons why agriculture is very important. Quickly people can go through it, all those points you can enter it. So there are 6 points. Even for 4 marks, if you write these many points, that's more than enough. Normally see for 4 marks, 4 points are enough. So to be on a safer side, you can always write 1 or 2 extra points in case one or the other point, if you do write it incorrectly, so there are chances where you can score marks completely. Okay, so make a note, all those are very simple corrected, very simple points, so very simple English as well. So hope you are able to understand this, and general also, you need not to by heart, you can just understand. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. So these are the agricultural equipments. So I told you there are so many equipments. We are dependent on industries as well. We are consumers to the industries. You can see there are plowing, okay, disc plow. This is another one. You have disc harrow. So there are so many. These are called as tillers. You can see single blades. Probably you can see this, correct? Single blades are there. So this is potato planter, it's in. So different, and this is a cultivator. Maybe the very simple way of using this machine. So threshers we have, that means something cleaning. So there are so many different, these are the samples pictures that I'm trying to share you so that you people to know. And of course in those days these type of technology were not there, but very recently definitely these type of technology is helping agricultural activities to improve. So they can invest more money and they can get more profit. It reduces the time consuming. So that's how it is really useful. So these are all the agricultural equipment. So let's move on to the next slide. So now what are the features of agriculture? So we have to know features in the sense here. So what comes to your mind when I say agriculture? Growing of crops, harvesting, all those things are there. Apart from that, you have to understand our agriculture is completely depends on monsoon. When I say monsoon, monsoon means season. Okay, monsoon means seasons. So obviously, when it comes to India, the monsoon is, we have three types of category. One, it is seasonal. What do you mean by seasonal? We don't get rainfall throughout the year, do we? No, right? So we have like summer season, we have winter season, rainy season also. Of course, we have retreating season, that is nothing but transition from winter to rainy season. Here when I say rainy season, so we get 75% of the rain only in that particular season. We don't get throughout the year. So obviously you can say, sir, even in summer season we get rainfall. No, sir, but not every day and not throughout the month. Correct, as we get, you can just compare. In a rainy season we get more rainfall, but not same as winter season or summer season. And the second feature of monsoon is it is uncertain. Sometimes it will be very cloudy. If you see that, you feel like, oh, it may rain today, but on that day it will not at all rain. Sometimes it will be completely sunny. You will think that, hey, today it won't rain. Come, we'll go to a movie. Why do you carry this umbrella and all? Cheap people will laugh at us. Why do we? At that time it will be raining. It will be pouring like a hell. I think you might have observed it, right? So uncertain. We can't even expect when it will rain. I don't know. When sometimes it will rain, sometimes it will not. And the third one is unevenly distributed. So wherever you are, maybe which any part of India, you might have seen in one area it will be raining heavily. Probably in another area, next to next area, it will not be raining at all. Sometimes when you are traveling from one place to another place, it will be raining, and suddenly the other place, not even a single drop of rain. You feel like, was it raining there? Oh my God, here nothing, no rain at all. You understood? So three words that you have to remember. Indian monsoon is seasonal, it is uncertain, unevenly distributed. It is not same throughout the India. In Rajasthan, no rain at all. Sometimes you may have to take a bucket of water and pour it and come back. You go to Mauzinram. I think you might have studied. Mauzinram is the highest recorded rainfall in India. There, probably you may have to walk with an umbrella every time. You need not to pour water. You can bring some water. And you talk about the same other places, moderate rainfall, not heavy rainfall also. Yes or no? So that's how it is. That is called as unevenly distributed, which is not even equal. And the third main point is whatever crops we grow, those crops are divided based on the seasons. Kharif crops, Rabi crops, and Zaid crops. What do you mean by Kharif crops? They are normally harvested in the month of November. So they are whatever the sowing, seedling, everything is done in the month of May, June, July. That is the month of rainy season. So by the time November, the crops will be ready for the harvesting. Okay, so just whatever the keywords that I have given on the screen, you people can remember when I say Kharif crops harvested in November. Okay, when I say Rabi crop, it is harvested in the month of March. You can remember normally in South India and all, we people celebrate it as Sankranti. Okay, that logic you can remember. So when they are harvesting in the month of March, you just go back. Like they sow, okay, our agriculture process will be started in the month of somewhere October and November. So October, November, December, January, February, March. That 6 months duration you people can calculate. At least 4 to 6 months will be there for one crop to grow. And Zaid crops are something which are grown in summer season, sometimes in between Rabi and Kharif crops. So they are nothing but groundnuts. So groundnuts, especially you might have seen summertime, you will get more of groundnuts. Fruits, vegetables. So you should not say vegetables. It is not even vegetables. It's vegetables. What it is? Vegetables. So those are all nothing but Zaid crops. So these are the features of agriculture. So three main points that you can remember. They may ask you for 3 marks or 2 marks also. So just remember, and you can also make a note of these points. Moving on to the next slide. In this slide, we are going to discuss about the problems of agriculture. We discussed that, yes, when it comes to India, India is an agricultural country, and obviously agriculture has to be given more of importance. But still, agriculture is not so developed when it comes to India. Why? That's the biggest question. Nation wants to know why agriculture is not so developed in India. Correct? What are those problems of agriculture? The first one is small and fragmented land holdings. Now, what do you mean by small and fragmented land holding? I'm just wanted to give you an example in this. Imagine Mr. A. Okay, someone Mr. A. Okay, he had, let us talk about like 20 acres of land. It's a huge land, 20 acres of land. And he was growing crops and he was getting good profit of it, and he became very rich. He was enjoying being a farmer and all. Okay, so let us select a crop here. Okay, all your favorite banana. Okay, Mr. A was growing banana, and banana became very famous. Everyone used to love his banana. I mean whatever the crops that he was growing. Okay, so what happened? And finally he got married, and he had 4 children. After marriage, 4 children were there. So imagine, obviously the father has to divide his property to 4 children, right? So how much land he had? He had 20 acres of land. And earlier he was growing banana, and everyone used to love his banana, and that's how, I mean to say is, whatever the crops he used to grow, everyone, it was very famous, good quality, because it's a huge land, and he used to get plenty of profits out of it. Okay, so money was like pouring. So when he divided the land into his 4 children, so each and every one will get how much? So 4 5s are 20. 5 acres of land is divided to each 4 children. So obviously one child, the first child, he loves, again wanted to grow a father's banana, the same crop. So he started growing banana. The second son, he was like, no, why should I grow banana? I love brinjal. Okay, I started growing brinjal. So he started growing brinjal. And third one, no, I'm not going to grow anything. I'm going to construct a building or a mall or an apartment. He started constructing it. And the fourth one is, he felt like, okay, let me not grow anything. So one is growing banana, another one is brinjal, another one is in a commercial. So let me decide who is getting more profit. Based on that, I'll take a decision. Till then, let the land will be without using. So it is left unused. So now don't you think, where is a 20 acres of grown banana and the profit, and the piece of land, 5 acres of banana, 5 acres of brinjal? So don't you think the production is completely reduced? The production is reduced, obviously the profit is also reduced. Yes or no? The profit is completely reduced. So here you can understand what do you mean by fragmented pieces. The number of pieces, 20 acres of land is reduced to 5 5 5 5. So it becomes very small. Obviously in that case, irrigation also will become difficult. We have learned that when it comes to Indian monsoon, is seasonal, unevenly distributed, it is not certain. At that time, obviously we have to depend on irrigation facilities, canal irrigation, drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, tank irrigation. There are so many different types of irrigations. So small land irrigation may not suit, or sometimes it is going to be very costly for the small fragmented land holdings. It is not at all required at that time. And obviously yield will be very less. Yield means production. And when yield is very less, obviously profit also very less. Just imagine 20 acres of land, banana is equal to profit is how much? 5 acres of banana, the profit is how much? Correct. Definitely it is going to be definitely less. So in that way, the first problem, the most common problem in India is small and fragmented land holding, which results in problem providing irrigation facilities, and obviously yield money, production also very less, profit also very less. And next one is poor quality of seeds. Whatever the seeds that we put, so it has to be good quality. When you use good quality of seeds, so definitely the production Okay, the yield, the results will be good. If you study really well, hard work, definitely your results will be really good. Otherwise, gaya, katham, tata, bye bye. Yes or no? So obviously the second most important, poor quality. Why do they get poor quality? Maybe for the high quality you may have to pay good money. So since farmers are really poor, okay, you can also include as one of the other problems, poverty. Farmers are poor, so they are not able to buy high quality of seeds. Okay, and lack of proper use of fertilizers. Not everyone is really good at agriculture. So we call it a scientific farming. Not everyone knows how to use the fertilizers. So you don't ever think that agriculture, growing crops, is really easy. I think that is one of the toughest jobs that we can find. Okay, we may think that what is that, just throw the seeds and pour water or cover the mud or just take care of 3 months or 4 months you'll get crops. No. So you need to have proper knowledge. So what type of crops can be grown in what type of soil, what are the chemicals, pesticides, fertilizers can we use, what is the quality that we can use. Okay, so lack of proper use of fertilizers, pests and diseases, that's another problem. Very recently you might have observed that there was a what do you call it, as caterpillar problem, flies. Okay, you might have known about that caterpillar problem. So that was attacking in most of the places in North India, and it comes in crores numbers. It is not like one or two, and in fractions of seconds it will destroy the whole forest. To that extent these caterpillars are very dangerous. Okay, so how do we control that? So pests and diseases are the other problem. Even crops will get diseases. So I think most of you might have observed. Okay, and people normally they sprinkle or use sprays for crops to get avoiding from the diseases. So that is another problem. And usage of old and outdated technology, where you can see in the picture. Okay, in that picture the old plowing machines are used, although we have advanced technology, but not many people are used to it. Why still people they use old and outdated technologies? They love, maybe the sentiment reason, no, my father used, my great grandfathers are used, or my ancestor, my family members are used, I'm going to use the same thing. So maybe the sentimental thing, or people are not so they don't have awareness about the new technology, or not so much of knowledge, or they don't know how to use it. The best example, how is this old and outdated technologies? Probably most of your grandparents still, they don't know or they don't want to use Android phones, Apple phones, whatever, correct? They wanted to use a old phone only. If they have that landline, they are very happy, or the keypad, correct? All modern phones, they say no, we don't know anything, we don't want to learn also, all those things are bakwas thik. You understood? So that is also one of the reasons why lack of interest in knowing or learning using or the new technology. Okay, and another biggest problem, the natural disasters, are floods and droughts. If there are no rainfall or heavy rainfall, definitely it is going to be a problem. That also is the biggest problem, correct? And erratic natural nature of rainfall, so we don't get rainfall throughout the year. So that is also another problem. So these are the problems of agriculture. So here one logic you have to understand, they may ask you what are the steps taken to improve the agriculture. If you know what are the problems of agriculture, you can write that answer. Or if you know that one, what are the steps taken to improve the agriculture, you can write what are the problems also. How? Confused? Wait for the next slide. Now steps to improve agriculture. So first problem, what was the first problem? I said the first problem was small and fragmented land holding. So now the solution for that is consolidate. See, I told you, Mr. A had 20 acres of land. Finally, he divided into 4 children, among all 4 children. So 5 acres. So A's first child, 5 acres of land, and he started growing banana. Second one started growing brinjal. So instead of growing 2 different crops, grow same crop in first and second child. So somewhere better than nothing, right? So instead of growing the same crop in 4, at least in 2 slides you are growing, correct? So both first and second son is consolidated the land. That means you cannot really literally bring back, but what you can do is instead of dividing into pieces, somewhere you are growing the same crop in the same land. So imagine growing banana in 5 acres of land is better or 10 acres of land. So 10 acres, correct? You get more of production. How many of you like banana? Okay, yeah. So that's how the consolidation of land holding. And the second, good and high quality of seeds. So what was the problem? Poor quality of seeds. Give them good quality of seeds. Give them some rebate. Give them some discount. When it comes to the government started giving them high quality of seeds in a discounted rate. So obviously when they are getting in a cheaper rate, don't you think the farmers, they love to buy? So it's like you buy good quality of seeds, you get good profit. So you use good quality of seeds to get good profit, good production, everything, correct? So that is good and high quality of seeds. Next, proper use of fertilizers, which is nothing but scientific farming. Scientific farming means what? Scientific means technology. Farming means agriculture. Usage of science and technology in agricultural field is called as scientific farming. Uh, Here nowadays in India also there are so many people who are doing masters. They are studying agricultural science, BSc in agriculture, MSc in agriculture. So at the same time there are so many research centers where they take the samples of the mud or the soil that you want to grow crops. Okay, they examine what type of soil it is, what are the qualities, vitamins we have in that soil, so what type of crops can be grown. Okay, those things. And if there are any diseases, how much we have to use the fertilizers, how much we have to use the pesticides. See, medicines are good for health, doesn't mean that we have to take the medicines every day completely. Overdosage is also injurious to health. You might have seen from last 2 years of pandemics, Dolo 650 become the national medicine, national tablet, correct? Just because of a body pain, how much you can take a tablet? It's also bad to the health, right? So in the same way, that is why the doctors will prescribe you have to take only 2 tablets or 3 tablets in a day. So that is nothing but the scientific farming. So even in agriculture also they say that for these many kgs, kilos of acres of land, this much of medicines or fertilizers or even pesticides has to be used. Okay, use of biocides and pesticides is nothing but for the disease. For the crops, what type of chemicals have to be sprayed? Obviously it is crops. Those are all edible things. Imagine you use excess of medicines, pesticides, just because we have keep spraying everywhere. What it is going to be? It is going to be poisonous. Correct? So that's all. If they start eating. Okay, so there also ingredients will be given, directions will be given to the farmers. Okay. Even now we have most of the gram panchayats and all, they encourage people to understand this. Next, use of new technology. Tractors are becoming very common nowadays. So in those days, usage of plowing machines, okay, single, made up of wooden and all that, wooden swath and all. Instead of that, now we have tractors with many accessories, different blades are there. So which will reduce the time. It is not at all time consuming. So it is good. So it reduces the burden of the farmer. So such type of new technologies are introduced, and governments also, they will ensure that such type of technologies are created awareness to the people so that even the farmers can use it. Until and unless you go and tell them, they will not know. Correct? Illiteracy is also one of the problems of agriculture. You go and create awareness. You tell them how to use it. Definitely they'll love it. And not only that, irrigation facilities. I told you, Indian monsoons are gambling with agriculture. That means we don't know when it will rain. Sometimes it will be flooded, sometimes no rainfall at all. Or it is seasonal. So at that time we can use many irrigational facilities. So problem is Indian monsoon. Okay. Solution is irrigation facilities, store water, use whenever you want it, construct dams, canals are there, drip irrigation you can see in the picture. So these are all normally the canal, these are all other irrigation, it could be the sprinkler we have, drip irrigations also we have. So such type of irrigation facilities, and these type of irrigation facilities will avoid usage of wastage of water. It will avoid wastage of water. Okay, so you will not waste any water. How much ever it is sufficient, it is. Drip irrigation is something like you might have seen. Imagine if somebody, if you have admitted to the hospital, probably if they inject you with the glucose. So whatever that drip by drip it goes to your body, that is. Even now you can do at home if you have these plastic bottles, water bottles or whatever you carry, the Mirinda, whatever these bottles, once you empty it, just make a small hole at the bottom and you can fill the water and keep it to the pots if you have plants. So drop by drop the water will go. So even water will not be wasted, and whatever the water you are giving, the plant will absorb completely. Sometimes you take a mug or a jug, you just pour water and most of the time the excess of water will come outside. But the drip irrigation will help plants to get sufficient water. Okay, so that's all about the irrigation facilities. And last thing is, government also introduced an policy, that is National Agricultural Policy 2000. In this policy, whatever we have discussed in the above steps, all those steps are included, and they go to the steps of doorstep of farmers to create awareness about what are the facilities government is introducing. So most of the farmers are ignorant. They don't know what are the facilities they get. That's why we have Kisan Mitra. There are so many radio programs. There are call centers also, 24/7 call centers, where they can give a missed call. They'll call back. They will assist the farmers. TV channels are there in all the regional languages. Gram panchayats are there. Any help they can go to the Gram Panchayat office. They can just inquire regarding the agriculture. All such beautiful facilities are given. Only thing is our farmers should take a step to make best use of it. Okay, that's all about the National Agricultural Policy 2000. So that's all for today. If you have any doubts, you can always just post a comment. I'm also available on Instagram, gp_teacher. You're most welcome to follow me and to comment, to leave your messages there as well. And make sure please like all my posts now, please. Okay, so we'll meet in agricultural part 2 in the next class. And don't forget to thank a farmer, because you are eating because of the farmers as well. So I hope whatever I promised you in the beginning, if you definitely after watching my video will be feeling like, yes, agriculture chapter is also easy enough, correct? So we'll meet in the next class. Till then, this is me, GP sir from Patashala. Thank you very much. Have a good time ahead. Bye bye.